Hey guys, it's Ashley and I... Bleh. Hey guys, it's Ashley and...
This is what I do all the time.
Okay. Hey guys, it's Ashley, and like I said on Instagram and Facebook, we're doing a sibling Q&A video, and I thought it'd be fun for us to talk and I thought it'd be fun for us to answer some questions since a lot of our home videos are from when we're younger, and I think it's a unique thing to hear, I guess, for semi-adult siblings talk. So we're going to get started. This is going to be me laughing the whole time. Okay, so we'll start out introducing ourselves, and we'll go in order, and we'll say our age and also where we're from. Not where we're from.
Yeah.
Where we were born.
Where we were born.
Because we were all born in different states. That's kind of a fun fact. So I'm the oldest. I'm Ashley, and I'm 30, and I was born in Dallas, Texas.
I'm Alyssa, and I am 26, and I was born in Orlando, Florida.
I'm Will, I'm 23, and I was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
I'm Andrea, I'm 21, and I was born in Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
Okay, so we'll just jump right into the big questions of life. Who is Karen's favorite? That's our mom, in case you don't know, which you'll hear a lot about her. Who is Karen's favorite and why?
Alyssa.
Alyssa.
No, it's Will.
Alyssa.
It's 100%
What?
Alyssa.
Alyssa.
No, it's
Wait,
not.
I want to know why she thinks it's me.
You can get away with anything.
Okay, that's true,
But that's not.
I think
because I'm the
Alyssa is
favorite.
the most like quiet natured, and I just feel like y'all, like you and mom are a lot alike, and just like maybe like what I don't know.
I would have never thought y'all would say that.
Are you
No,
serious?
you're so chill
No.
and laid back, and you you have never gotten in trouble for anything in your life.
I
I did
agree.
get-
Alyssa's
I
the
know.
best behaved. We'll get to that later.
I did get in trouble once.
We'll get to that
Once.
This question is for Andrea, and it was sent by a very special Facebook user. How does it feel to be the black sheep of the family?
I think that kind of sums it up.
Wait, what does that mean? I
Just
don't
y'all.
think you're the black sheep of the family at all.
Thanks to Megan for submitting that question.
Shout out.
Who is the meanest sibling?
Will.
Ashley. I'm just kidding. I just said the first name that popped in my head. I don't know.
I'm thinking back in the
My
day.
first
I would
thought
never-
was Will back in the day.
Yes.
But none of us are mean now.
I would never characterize, I would never characterize any of us as mean-spirited at all.
You were a little bossy.
You were a little bossy.
I was bossy and you were what?
I was also mean. Sometimes.
You were a strong.
It was mainly like,
Or maybe
You
you
were
were
really mean to me.
opinionated.
I had a phase.
Yeah, it was your face.
I'll receive that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that you enjoy instigating a little like conflict for the
Banter.
fun of it. Banter, conflict, funny.
It's
That's
turned
not
into
what I'm
banter
talking
now.
about. Yeah.
Now it's banter.
No, then it was like, we'll get to that. That's a whole other question. Okay. Do you all sing?
Yes.
Yes.
Who is the silliest?
Andrea.
Andrea's choice of clothing is the silliest.
Legends never die.
Favorite song from childhood?
Oh,
Anything from the Donut
Beautiful
Man.
Soul by Jesse McCartney.
This childhood.
I would throw it back a little further
Dream
to
Street.
For Him.
Dream Street.
I love Zoe Girl.
Dream Street. Lynn Spears.
I would say
I was
anything,
thinking like a long time ago.
yeah, like
so I said
90s, like
Donut
For
Man.
Him,
I didn't listen to
Phillips,
music.
Craig and Dean,
Point of Grace.
Born of Grace, Amy Grant Christmas album,
Stephen Curtis
1993.
Okay, but your childhood music, like that,
Different generation. I mean,
yeah, mine was like Jesse McCartney. And
No one's questioning your choice
No,
to
you
say
were.
Jesse McCartney.
You were. She
It
said
just-
she was talking about whenever we were like little.
I guess I do forget that would be like your childhood, but
Jonas Brothers, Hannah Montana,
Or more spiritual.
Demi Lovato.
we were the
Selena Gomez.
contemporary. That says it all. We were raised on the contemporary Christian music, like only, and then these two got to branch out into the more secular
Mom was way
variety.
more-
I
flexible.
wasn't allowed to until I was older. Then I started learning guitar.
That's true. Who's the scariest driver?
Andrea, hands down.
Andrea.
Yeah.
At what point, this is switching gears majorly, at what point did you decide to follow Christ for yourself, not just as an extension of your parents and upbringing, like when you felt it for yourself? As a pastor's kid myself, I feel like at some point there's a choice we can make for ourselves. I absolutely agree. I asked Jesus to come into my heart when I was 6 years old, And I remember distinctly that moment. I remember really meaning that and understanding it. But I was baptized when I was 9. I made my public profession of faith then. And throughout my life, I've had spiritual milestones, I would call it. I've never questioned my salvation, so to speak, but I really don't think that I gave the Lord total lordship of my life until actually very recently, probably within the last year and a half. And just areas of my life that I still want to hold on to for myself. It was definitely a process until recently when I really feel like I understood what that was like to really be a disciple of Christ.
Similar story. I accepted Christ when I was like 7. Said a prayer with my mom, and I understood to a certain extent, but I really didn't really commit my life to the Lord and really start living for Him until college. It was a girl discipled me my freshman year, and that just whenever I really understood the gospel. So
I would say that's my like salvation experience is when I realized that it wasn't my parents' faith that would save me. I realized that I had my own sin problem and I had to make my own decision. I don't think you're saved until you do. So that's...
When was that for you?
6 years old. Mm-hmm. So I basically realized that I had a sin problem and started to understand that I wasn't a good person just because I went to church and because my dad was the pastor. Mm-hmm. But I needed the blood of Christ to cover me just for myself. Mm-hmm. So.
Ange?
I would say mine was probably like 8th grade to 9th grade, just because that's whenever like Jesus became really real to me, and whenever it was like, that's whenever my transformative relationship with Christ began, was whenever I let Him have control, like you were saying, over every area of my life. And that's like a daily battle that everyone has, I feel like releasing control continually. But I think mine was definitely going into high school, and then going to Liberty really has, I don't know, it helped me grow a lot. Yeah. But I would say like early high school.
We're kind of mixing around questions, so it's not like all spiritual.
Everything we say is spiritual, actually. So.
Yeah. Okay. What's your favorite scary ride at Disney World?
Space Mountain. That's scary for me. So.
I don't like legitimate. I can't do like Tower of Terror. I don't think that's scary. Probably something like Space
Mountain. I can barely
Mountain.
handle the Haunted Mansion.
Space Mountain is because we got stuck
I
at
would
one
say
time.
Haunted Mansion would be my favorite scary because to me that's kind of scary.
Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion is scary.
The only scary ride at Disney.
It's really the only.
But Space Mountain, remember that time we got stuck?
Yeah.
That's a terrible memory.
That was
that
by
was
the
scary.
coffin that was knocking or something.
Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah.
What's your favorite nostalgia ride? Like your classic, like a classic Disney ride that's your favorite?
Small World.
Space Mountain.
Actually, Peter Pan's Flight. I don't want to go with the crowd on this one. I'll say Peter Pan's Flight because it has to do with London.
I like Space Mountain because of the line. It makes me feel like I'm in outer space.
I almost said Space Mountain. I have good memories.
Okay. What's your favorite Disney character?
Oh, I can't choose.
I can't choose. I would say probably Belle. If
I
I
love
like off the top of my head.
I would say Jasmine.
I would say Jasmine. She's a little feisty, and she had a pet tiger. She went against the grain, you know? She like wanted to get out of the palace.
Yeah. What about you? Jasmine?
I honestly have no idea.
What's a tradition, Christmas or otherwise, that your parents did with you guys that you plan to continue with your family? I would say that family Bible time was my biggest takeaway as far as something I wanted to continue with my family once I had my own family. Discipling my kids, just kind of together as a family, making that not a ritual, but just a pattern in our lives, a routine in our lives. Christmas, I would just say, just the family time. It was very family focused. We spent a lot of time. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I was going to say that because it's not a tradition that we have, but I like that because we're very flexible every year, and it's not like about like.
It's just about being together.
Yes, it's not about like on this day we have to do this. It's like we're just together, and it doesn't matter what we're doing.
I was gonna say the same thing, just like being intentional with your family time.
Yes. That was a very high priority in our family.
I would say as a kid, what I want to pass on is how mom and dad like prayed with us every night before bed.
Yes.
Because I found like a lot
Till
of
the night before I got married, my
Yeah.
mom prayed over me.
And so that's something that I want to do with my kids because
That's a good one. Place you love to visit or want to visit. No, you can't say Disney.
I'll go to India.
That'd be cool.
That was a very Andrea thing.
That was a very Andrea thing to say. Like, totally off the, like, predictable, like...
I just want to go somewhere that's, like, not about me.
Okay,
you know?
no.
And I just want to serve.
That's not what I meant.
I don't know if I can enjoy, like, an England, like,
I don't
bed
believe
and
in
breakfast
vacation.
when there's kids who don't have clean drinking water.
It's very Andrea. I went to London this past summer and I loved it. I would like to go.
I also like London. Like, I want to do things like that too.
I would like to go anywhere there's a lot of history that I can learn about.
Appomattox, Virginia.
I loved Appomattox.
That
was the best time Ashley and I had.
That was so much fun.
I just want to go somewhere tropical.
I'm not a tropical girl.
I just want to
I could not.
I want to go to Hawaii.
I want to go to Hawaii
Like,
too.
Oh, Hawaii. We can all agree on that. I would love to go to Hawaii.
New York. I've never been to New York.
I've never been in New York City.
Yeah.
Wait,
Best Karen and Mark story. I love when mom and dad like talk about college and like
how they met, because
how
we've
they
gotten two
met.
different stories our whole lives.
Yes.
We will never know the true story of how my parents' dating relationship went about, because my dad has his version and my mom has her version. We are absolutely convinced that we're about 99% convinced that my mom is correct. Because my mom...
She's always right.
She's always right.
when my mom and dad disagree on something, typically mom's in the right.
Go with mom.
Most of the time.
Every time.
So if you really want a good laugh, then just ask them about how they met and got together.
Okay. 2 of my kids don't get along well. I fear this will be a lifelong problem. Did any of you previously have this issue?
What?
Will and I did.
Will and Andrea were best friends a long time ago.
I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Alyssa and I never had problems.
Okay, this is our time.
It's our time to shine.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah, Andrea and I just like to push each other's buttons when we were kids.
Okay, see, side note. Will thought that I wanted to push his buttons whenever I didn't. He would think that I would bring stuff up in front of mom and dad just to get him in trouble, but that was not true.
Okay, we're watching TV for a good solid 30 minutes. It's me and Andrea in the room. Dad walks in, and suddenly it hits Andrea's mind. Oh, by the way, Will, I would really appreciate it if you didn't make fun of me in front of your friends at school. And I just stare at her, and Dad's like, well, what? So false. I don't know.
Okay, with that being said, there is hope, because
You're the closest
Will
in age,
and
that's important to note.
I wanted to be like
Will.
Will. I wanted to be like Will so badly.
She
and I
wanted to be a
remember
dude.
I literally wanted to be a boy.
Like,
And I made it through. My parents just, they really supported me during that phase.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
They went with it.
We all went through
to clarify,
Umbros and Samba shoes? Is it Samba?
I just remember my Axe body wash being used up way too quickly, and Andrea smelling like a dude. But I will say,
look where you are now.
Look where we are now. We ended up at
BFFs.
college together, and
Yes.
Yes.
The question though is like what helped y'all overcome that and get closer? Because we talked about this a little bit, like spending one-on-one time, I think is rare anytime you have more than 2 kids in a family. I think that it's harder, it takes more effort to develop close relationships just between individuals in different
Because
groupings.
Will and I really
guess.
didn't get super close until we were at college together, and I think that's because it was just us two.
Mm-hmm.
And we had like conflict still, but
Alyssa and I have memories together that y'all don't remember at all. I think just focusing on what you have together and...
Is this the question where she said 2 of mine?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would say, I think a lot of it was just our parents didn't really put up with it. Like, they wouldn't let it happen.
We got in trouble every single time.
Yeah, we got in trouble every time. So...
It's true.
So once we were old enough to really understand, I think it was easier. So even though we had a stint where we didn't get along well.
Like, don't let your kids get away with it.
I would also say, like, back to the family Bible time thing, at the end of the day, we all had to land in that living room together. I don't know. Like, I think that had something to do with it. That we all prayed together at the end of every day. And it's so trite, but you really you can't stay truly angry at somebody that you're praying for. And as a parent, I would just maybe suggest like steering your child in the direction of, well, let's pray for so-and-so, the sibling that they're struggling with, or let's figure out how we can work on this relationship, because you're family for life.
And kids will be kids, Kids will be kids.
Yeah.
Amen.
It's normal. I would say, like, we would say
It's definitely
normal. And
take it from the experts.
yeah.
All right. Who got in trouble for misbehaving in church?
Will.
This guy.
No,
Next question.
Got bored.
Very, very quickly, this is my mom's favorite story to tell. My brother, it was the invitation time of the service when, for those not familiar, that's when my dad invites whoever wants to accept Christ to come forward and give their life to Christ. And so my brother thought it'd be real cute to sing off key, like as loud as he could, like
It
during
was
the
obviously on
invitation
purpose
time.
because
Yeah.
my voice is really good.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was singing off key. My mom corrected him several times, just quietly, and my brother just decided to keep on keeping on. And my mom leaned down and said, "Will, when we get home, we're gonna have a little powwow with your dad." And it was quiet for a minute, and then, "Will, I'll let you give your one-liner."
I leaned over and I asked her if I could be the chief.
So mom told him that no, my dad was going to be the chief, and he kept asking if there was going to be a teepee, and my mom finally, I think, ended the dialogue by saying, "No, but there's going to be a fire."
On my rear end.
On his rear end. It's a good one. That was a good
Yeah,
Karen
well, we have a
story.
lot, so,
But it was this guy.
there's more of that. Your favorite memories of your grandparents? Christmas?
Oh,
Christmas
gosh.
at Aunt and Poppy's.
Dates.
And dates with Poppy.
You have
And
amazing. It says you
fish-
have amazing footsteps to follow.
Oh, sorry, you have amazing
And
footsteps.
fishing
We do.
with Dad.
Fishing with Dad,
And
and like
clear
going to
water.
the beach.
Florida
Clear water.
culture with my dad's parents. Like, that was a whole life.
Clearwater was pretty great.
Yeah, Clearwater culture was, like, really cool.
We have great memories there.
And Poppy always, both of our grandfathers had a similar salvation story. They were both saved when they were 17, and it was radical life changes for both of them. And so I think any opportunity they got to impart that to us and to really talk about like a transformative walk with Christ, they did it. And that was even while we were fishing, if we were getting pizza somewhere, if Poppy was in the car wash with us.
Sonic.
Sonic.
He would always witness to the
He likes
people.
Sonic.
Yes.
He would give them a Jesus
Here's
tip.
a little Jesus tip for you.
That's right.
Yep. Okay. Next.
And they really meant it, yeah.
Everywhere you've lived, where is your favorite and why?
Jackson, Mississippi.
I'd say Mississippi too.
Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
Most of mine
I would
are
say
Mississippi.
Kate.
We moved to Jackson when I was 8, and we moved away when I was 16. So those 8 years I feel like are like the most formative of like your childhood experience. So
Which I lived in Kate during those years, but I would actually, just for nostalgia reasons, say Broken Arrow because I associate that with like complete innocence in my childhood.
and Andrea wasn't born yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Things got a little
Made all the
yeah.
difference.
We felt like 3 was a good stopping
Yeah.
point.
You ruined everything.
But
Well,
then
that was a surprise.
Mom
So I would go rogue and say Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. The
Shout out-
unpredictable choice.
shout out to Benton Green and Anderson Brown, my best friends in Jackson, Mississippi.
Who has the most southern accent?
Alyssa,
Alyssa.
because she went to college in Mississippi after we moved.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I feel like any of us who go down to the South and come back, at that point when we come back, have the thickest Southern accent.
It rubs off on you.
It does. I
For
miss
sure.
it.
People say we're Southern here.
Yeah.
They say we talk with Southern.
Yeah, but they're wrong.
Yeah, they are.
Who was the one who always stacked the deck in Candyland?
That was me.
Oh, it was Ashley.
Thank you, Heather Mayhew.
She cheated in Candyland.
I did, but for Christmas, I insert a picture. I actually gave my parents a framed Snow Queen card, and with a sweet little parenting quote because they were so sweet whenever I cheated in Candyland.
No, when we used to play Go Fish at Nana and Poppy's house, someone taught me that the way you play the game is Old
That wasn't
Maid.
me.
Old Maid.
Old Maid.
When we
Oh,
played
yeah,
Old
yeah.
Maid, the point of the game is you don't want the Old Maid. And when I was taught to play the game, I was taught that when you get the Old Maid, you stick it up out of your
That's how I
hand.
played it too.
But we've all done that.
And so my parents would always I would always wonder why no one was picking the Old Maid out of my hand, and I was getting really frustrated. And then I realized I was so stupid, I guess. But
What is the weirdest thing you have ever heard your mom say or your dad?
the first
I don't
time,
have an answer to that.
Well, my mom's favorite expression is hop like a little bunny.
no,
Yes.
run like a little bunny.
Run like a little
She
bunny.
says hop.
It's
Run like a
running.
little, you're right.
Close.
Run like a little bunny.
The weirdest thing Mama said?
I mean, that's not
She
the
said
weirdest.
some weird stuff.
The most surprised I ever was to hear Karen say something.
Was whenever she said crap?
Yep. First time Mom said crap. It was just like,
Dad just has more, like, they both just have, like, quirks about them, things they say. Like, Dad will use funny expressions. He'll sing.
Dad, I was about to say, Dad's stuff is singing.
what?
Which is
It's now or never in the world come over you.
Oh, and my dad and I used to sing a white sport coat. I was obsessed.
Marty Robbins is my dad's
I
favorite
was
singer.
obsessed with that
Also,
song.
I will add that anytime one of us went through a breakup, which was fairly frequent, my dad would love to sing Another One Bites the Dust.
Whoa.
Another one.
Okay.
What's the meanest thing you guys ever did to each other growing up?
I can
Venus?
tell you what Will did to me.
Oh yeah, I have a little story for that.
Let me tell
I
you.
don't.
Let me see.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
I have several things. Will. Okay, we were
No,
close.
just one. It's the meanest. Just pick the meanest.
2 days ago, Will asked me if I was going to shank somebody with my nails.
They're pointy.
The answer is no. I just like Adele-shaped nails.
Was that your mean one? Because the meanest thing I ever did.
No, you
I
acted like you were drowning.
acted like I was drowning in the bathtub.
When I was babysitting.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Classic.
When I
That's terrible.
When I was babysitting, my brother started sputtering around in the bathtub, and I walked
said
in.
no.
He said he did it.
No, let me tell
You
you.
tell it, yeah, please, since you're so proud of this
So
story.
I started splashing. I was like, look, I was probably 6.
Yeah.
I was splashing and I said, help! And I look, and the door's wide open because she closes the door when you take a bath. And she goes,
Right.
she comes in and she like stops. And I instantly, at 6 years old, felt like really bad, kind of. And she's like,
No, we didn't.
she like realizes it and she runs off. And then I hear her come back and I was just kind of sitting there kind of smiling to myself. And, oh, no. Before she runs off, she goes, don't ever do that again! And she runs and she stomps out, and then 3 or 4 seconds goes by, and she pokes her head back in. Never! And then walks off. It was funny. I've never forgotten that. It's one of
Picture her doing that.
one of my better jokes. Got her.
That was horrible. I was furious. I was legitimately
No, I
furious
would have been
at
so
him.
mad.
I am a mighty dragon.
I had this little dragon.
What was it from?
It was
from
from
Dragon Tales?
No. It was from Rapunzel. Barbie Rapunzel.
Oh yeah.
And you press its stomach and it would say, I
am
am
a mighty dragon. I had help from my cousin Will May on that one.
Wait, what'd you do though? I
Shout
don't
out.
understand.
We literally just said that the entire week that we were in Texas.
Who stole Alyssa's money?
Oh, that was Will. That's yeah.
So like,
There's a common denominator.
There we
here,
go.
if you'll notice.
Alyssa used to keep all of her cash that she saved up from birthdays and Christmas.
That was so frugal.
Readily available.
Well, just in a box under her bed, and I just routinely kind of just checked under beds, anyways. That's where all the interesting stuff is anywhere in the house. So I was just checking under beds, and like there was like a
There
stack
it
of
is.
20s. It was probably like $200.
That says so
Yeah.
much about Alyssa's
I just
personality
took-
that you
I just
saved
took
all
it.
your little money.
And I like literally just found this out a couple of years ago.
No, that's not true because then like
I
a
don't
couple days
remember.
later, Dad would come in and go, Will, did you take Alyssa's money out of her room? And I just be like, yeah. Like I literally like, didn't see anything wrong with it. I was like, yeah. He's like, well, you need to give it back. I'd be like, all right.
What do you disagree about?
Theology.
Doctrine.
Jesus.
Calvinism. Describe each other in one word.
Okay. Describe me first. One word.
Creative.
Planner.
Great.
My first thought was like
Nice.
feeling. Like you feel things very deeply.
Okay,
That's
wrap that
a
up.
good thing.
Wrap that up into one word.
I said feeling.
Alyssa, rule follower.
Alyssa. Caring.
Alyssa.
She got caring. I got planner.
You care about plans.
Alyssa, I would say.
I can't wait to hear mine.
I would say. Easygoing.
Okay, Will, I have to use a compound or the devil's advocate. every time.
I don't know if I'd say that.
I would definitely say witty.
Well, yes.
I would say, I could say a lot.
There are a lot of words I can describe you all.
Good looking.
Andrea. Passionate.
Uh,
I don't want you to answer this one.
I mean, there's a lot of words that come to
I
mind.
know. Just pick
Yeah.
one.
Thanks, guys.
I know in a good way.
In a good way. They're all good things. All good things.
I was actually going to say passionate.
We'll come up with a different word.
Stylish.
I have another one. Ministerial.
Oh my gosh, Lynn.
Prophetic. That's what we always say.
Yes.
about her.
My mom loves to say that.
Can we clarify that by prophetic,
Honest.
my family means
She's very.
speaking truth?
she's-
It's not like I tell the future.
Speaking to, that's, I was going to say tell it like it
Because
is.
some
Yes.
people,
That's
some
too many
people
words.
think it's
Yes.
like weird, but I'm, yeah.
Tell it like it is.
Alright, did you share rooms, clothes, toys growing up? Yes.
Yes.
Will and I shared a room in the mission house, and it was the best thing of my life.
It was the worst.
At one point, me and Ashley and Andrea shared a room.
Yes, we did.
I really love that.
That was so fun.
It was
We
like
played
a
beauty
traditional.
salon and
It was like an old-fashioned nursery kind of
it
feel.
was so fun.
When we moved to Mississippi, Andrea and I shared a room. And when Andrea wanted to have her friends over, my dad would say, hey, well, just let her have her friends in her room. Just leave her alone and go out. But when I had friends over, Andrea had free reign to come in whenever she wanted to. And, oh, I'm just looking for something. Oh, like, what are you guys playing?
I wanted to hang out with y'all.
She wanted to be like you.
really badly.
All right, so how often do you talk now that you don't live at home? Well, actually, I do live at home.
Plot twist.
And we talk all the time.
We have a group text going.
Our
all the
family
time.
group text is
Like every day.
Every day.
Pretty much. Yeah.
We always know what's going on with each other. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't know like day-to-day activities, but we know like the gist of what's going on in each other's lives.
Yes.
I use it more for like sharing memes with my family than
Yeah.
I was
keeping
not
tabs.
referring to
Comic
group text.
relief. Comic relief.
Okay,
keep it
next.
Keep
All
it
right,
at least.
this one is actually to me. It says, "How is it being the only boy with 3 sisters? Did they dress you up or anything silly like that?" Well, first of all, I would say thanks for the question. I would say that yes, I did get dressed up until my dad got home from work. So from 9 to 5, it was kind of like free game on what I'd be wearing. That's all I really want to say about that. How was it being the only boy? I liked it. Like it's growing up is all I ever knew, and I don't know if I ever really like wanted a brother. I don't know, but
I think it made you and Dad really close.
yeah, I mean I spent more time with Dad, so it's a plus.
Win-win.
I will say that whenever Ashley married Kurt, that it was nice having that like kind of older brother
Yeah.
figure, I guess. But
My dad had 3 sisters as well, and so he and Will totally
Bonded.
get it. Yeah, and I think that it taught Dad a lot about how to relate to us as girls, and so I think you're learning a lot of that too.
I would
It's
agree. I would say I'm pretty good at relating to women. What do you think the reason is that you all 4 get along so well? I hope my girls get along as well as y'all do when they're older. Do you ever fight with each other, or did you when you were younger?
Can I answer this?
Sure.
I think a lot of the reason is like as we've gotten older, we've like paid attention to our differences, and so we know how to like relate to one another, and we know how to communicate best with each other. And it's because like there'll be, I don't know, I'm speaking for myself, but like I know how to approach Will in like a certain conversation, and it will be different in the way that I approach like Ashley or Alyssa, because like we have been intentional about like paying attention to our differences like in a good way.
Yeah, I would say.
And Mom and Dad.
Yeah, to go along with that, like I would just say my relationship with each one of my siblings is like very different, but they're like the same in some ways. But I think the biggest thing, this might be kind of like a cop out, but it's true. I think the reason I get along with all y'all is because I think we like all generally we just overall like each other.
We enjoy each other's
Like
company.
we're the types. It's like the type of thing where I feel like I would hang out with like any of them if they were my sisters. Right?
That's really
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Totally agree.
Yes.
And like I think it goes back to like our parents always like had intentional family time, so we like grew up, playing together. You know,
We didn't really like we did our own thing, but we also like we had so much family time that it was like
We
a
played
good
together a
amount.
lot.
Yeah, we played together a lot.
Well-
except for Will and I, he wouldn't let me, but it's fine.
Okay.
That's
Well,
not true.
the another thing is that I think with moving around frequently, Dad being in the ministry, I think that we really knew that these were our safe people, and like at the end of the day, we could always trust our family and be loyal to our family, and they'd be loyal to us.
Squad.
And so I think that was a big part
Yeah.
of it, just creating a history together.
Next question. Oh, do you ever fight with each other? We do not. We literally do not fight.
No.
I mean, disagreements sometimes.
There are definitely just
We're
like
not perfect, guys.
there's definitely moments where we just approach something differently because of personality
But I
differences.
think
We
our
just view it
family,
differently.
in our family, in a nutshell, though, like we always resolve conflict. Like I feel like in the moment, like if it can be resolved right then, like we
We never stay mad at each other.
we're not like bitter. Like we don't have any like harbored bitterness.
We don't hold a grudge.
Bitterness towards.
Unless it's like really deep down and we just don't know it yet.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
What is it like for the three of you to see Ashley be Instagram sort of famous?
I only
It's
added that
exhausting.
because
It's honestly like
I mean-
I'm just get tired of like walking down the street and asking me if
People-
I'm Ashley Anderson's brother. Now like go away. I'm trying to like
People
just
want to
have-
take pictures with us because they know.
Yeah.
who
the one
Ashley
cool
is.
thing about my blog, there was one thing when y'all were up in Virginia, I think, and like a blog reader. I can't remember who it was.
Oh, I
came
forgot
up
about
to
that.
y'all and like was like, I read Ashley's blog.
So
that was
this
cool.
random girl comes out of nowhere and she's like,
Wait, where was this? Was
I
it
forget.
not
It was
there?
us. And she was like, it was like me and Andrea. Oh my, I forgot about that. It could like I had no idea. But are y'all related to Ashley Anderson? That's what she said. Are y'all related to Ashley
Weird.
Anderson? And I was like, yeah.
I feel like blogs are not as much a thing anymore. I think that they went like I
Oh,
don't
she's
know.
talking about Instagram.
But I mean I don't fan of Instagram.
How many followers do you have on Instagram?
You're so humble. That's the
1,500
thing.
maybe.
1,500? I mean, I have 900.
I have
and
1,200, so why am I not considered?
Follow me on Instagram.
Follow me on Instagram.
Andy
I don't have that
Twitter.
many.
Will A dash
Link below.
92.
Liz Anderson. It's
I'm
really easy.
on the road to.
That's LYS.
LYS.
I'm on the road to 1,000. I need 35 followers. What was your favorite family trip?
Disney World.
Glorietta, New Mexico.
Oh my gosh, that was
New
so
Mexico.
fun.
That was my favorite.
It was
I
so
remember
freaking
that.
weird. And it was so
It was
fun.
weird.
It was the most random family trip we ever went
I
on.
still remember that.
That was so random.
It was-
My dad was speaking at a. What did he speak at?
It was a
Glorietta
Southern
Conference.
It was
Baptist
straight up New Mexico.
convention.
I had never
was
been that far
so
west.
dope.
We listened to the Carpenters the whole way.
The
there.
entire way.
I love the Carpenters.
Make sure
by
you're
the
at
way.
Mayfair. Any Disney World
3 years
trip.
ago, when we went. Well, I was
Ashley always did a really good job planning.
Ashley is an awesome job planning.
Thanks, guys. Even though I know it's not true.
It is
It
though.
is, Ashley. Oh my gosh.
I do want to say that one of my favorite trips was Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Dad ran the
Marathon.
Boston
Yeah,
Marathon.
Dad.
That was so fun.
Shout out to
That
Dad,
was
super
awesome.
athletic.
That was my
awesome
first
guy.
time to leave Evie after I'd had her, and so it was my first time to like travel again with my family and just Kurt, and that was
so fun.
that was,
That
one
was
of my
such a
best,
fun trip.
my
It's
favorite
pretty
trip.
cool.
Yeah.
Who has been the most influential person in your life? I would say William Wallace in Braveheart, because when he was getting his guts ripped out, he still said freedom.
That about sums it up.
I would say Drake.
I would agree. Hang on.
Barack Obama.
Third turn.
What is your... Who is the most outgoing of the four of you?
That's actually a hard
That's a hard question. I mean, I'm definitely off the table.
I think I present as a people person, but I'm the most I don't like to be around a lot of people. It drains me. But I think
I'd
we
say-
all can rally, and I think that we all
Well,
we're outgoing in different
As
settings.
a pastor's family, you kind of have to be outgoing when you
We
don't
all
want to
know
be.
how to do that.
Yeah, keep conversation, be engaged.
But
There's a
I will
difference.
say though that Andrea and I can turn up a little bit more than the two of
We
you.
straight turn up.
Yes.
No, but
When
there
it
is a
comes-
difference.
Yes.
There is a difference in knowing how to engage people and like being an outgoing person.
I agree.
Because
Yeah.
we like are good in social settings, but that doesn't mean that we are outgoing.
That's actually a more complicated question than you'd think it would.
Wow, that got really deep
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah.
What is your favorite dessert?
Cupcakes.
Chocolate covered pretzels.
My favorite dessert is more of what I have been eating the entire dinner. So, like, I'd rather have, like, more steak for dessert.
Okay.
I don't have a favorite dessert.
Or Dairy Queen ice cream cake.
Oh, those are good now.
Same. But no.
So our last question was submitted by Karen, our mom, and she wanted us to answer, what is the glue that holds you all together?
God.
Jesus.
Karen.
Drake.
So thanks guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and it was fun for us to just take the time out and answer these questions. So I hope you'll continue to watch more videos, and we'll talk to you soon.
Follow
Bye
me on
guys.